held these beautiful maidens captive in his jungle of death, a power-mad genius who changed them into horrible creatures of another world. Then 3 strangers stumbled upon his green hell. 2 men and a lovely girl who held civilization's last chance to halt this all-devouring evil. Could they stop all this terror? Could they stop this madman who turned these lovely maidens into half-women, half-beast she-demons? For terror that has no equal, for excitement that never lets up, see this explosion of frightening fury that flames into a motion picture experience you will never forget.
are you? Can a dream change a man's whole life? Linda Christian is almost too desirable to be real. And Robert Alda, too fascinated to resist her. You really are a witch.
You must become one of us first.
Anything.
You must take the oath to Gamba.
O great Gamba, highest executioner, supreme devil, god of evil, make your decision. Death is a plaything when you are caught in the devil's hands. And the devil's plaything is devastating.
You'll never escape me, darling.
Is he really her willing victim? Or a person possessed? Spin the wheel. That knife is set to kill.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Friday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friends, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening.
And Mr. Fresh Rogan.
What up, what up?
What up, what up? How we doing tonight, boys? How we doing?
Good. It's Friday. We made it.
We made it.
Another
We're here.
week down.
Another one in the books. We're so happy that you could all join us this evening for your weekly dose of public domain horror feature as we unwind after whatever kind of week you had. Maybe it was good. Maybe it was stressful. Maybe you were overloaded at work.
Probably not as stressed as the people in this film tonight.
No, certainly not. Async is in the house. Hello, Async. Yeah.
Unless your job is to get hunted for sport.
Yeah, it's kind of been a theme with our this horror movie and the last one that we watched. Of course, last week we had a 421 special, but the week before that we had a movie with the same thing. People hunting people. And that's what we're, again, bringing you tonight. It's a 1961 horror movie called Bloodlust. And I say it like that because the title has an exclamation point at the end.
So this one's got punctuation.
It does. It's important. You can't leave it out. So Bloodlust is...
Sorry?
Wait.
You want to try that again?
Wait, what?
What? You said it without the exclamation point.
Yeah, you didn't say it right.
No. Oh, forgive me. I see. I've already flubbed. Look at that. Okay, so Bloodlust is based.
Bloodlust.
Yeah, it's based on the same short story that The Most Dangerous Game was based off of. The Most Dangerous Game, I think it was also called The Hounds of Zaroff at a certain point. Same story. Tonight's film just kind of updates it for the late 50s. So, you have some teenage protagonists,
Some Hollywood teenagers.
Exactly. That's the proper terminology, without a doubt. Hollywood teenagers, because
they age different in California.
They do. They always look about 10 years older. Certainly kind of haggard for teenagers, but it works. They make it work. We are in the world of low budget B movies tonight. Again, the Most Dangerous Game, which we watched 2 weeks ago, that came from a major studio and had a decent amount of money in the budget. Tonight's film is a bunch of indie people working outside of Hollywood, trying to make just a quick little B movie shocker. And I mean, again, people hunting people is a pretty palpable concept. Again, there were so many adaptations of this story, so tonight's film just kind of exploits that for the time and throws in some gore and some other things that were kind of like new relatively compared to what they were showing in old Hollywood or even in
you said 50s.
Yeah,
we're getting gore in the 50s.
It was minimal. They were kind of just getting to the point where they were like showing blood.
Okay, we've got some blood.
You're getting some blood, and then
we've got some light gore.
Early 60s is when it really breaks through, and you immediately get like splatter films. You get Herschel Gordon Lewis's stuff where people's tongues are getting ripped out and like their limbs are getting hacked off, and it's just showing you all in color, like right there, and it looks good. Like it's I mean, it's very cheesy, but it's like it's effective. But yeah, as soon as they realized the code wasn't really as enforceable as it used to be, once the system got brought down, it was like, all right, show everything you can. And so tonight's film pushes the boundaries. Again, it was released in 1961, but it was produced in 1959. So like a lot of the films on this show, there's usually some considerable amount of time between production and distribution, usually because they don't have a distributor set up initially. It's just some indie people, and then they have trouble finding a distributor till they put a snappy title on there, or they find some other way to exploit it. I mean, again, it's kind of an exploitation film, but it should be fun. I think we'll enjoy it. It's cheesy 1950s fun, so you always got to appreciate it. We've been enjoying our some more cheesy 1950s fun with our minisodes. Lights Out, which Fresh, you weren't able to join us this week, but I don't think
we had
you
an interesting one this week.
Yeah, I don't think you would have liked it. But
was it bad?
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but
the ending didn't quite make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a little weird, but it wasn't bad. It had some good moments.
Yeah, it was. It had its moments. I think that's a good way to.
It sounds like it was bad.
I mean, it was creepy. Like the main kind of concept was creepy.
Yeah, it's about a guy who gets plastic surgery and then is like haunted by his former face or something. He was ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it was I mean, there were some effective moments, but the end was a little, and we didn't get the host wrap up at the end again, which was a little,
Frank skipped out early.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I think the one that we saw the week before that, when Evan wasn't with us, didn't have the host come in at the end. It was
it just ended.
It just ended, and which was really like disappointing, and it's kind of a bummer. He brings a lot to
one of the best parts of the show.
Yeah. The writers always have some clever stuff for him, and he bugs his eyes out and gets really into it and creepy.
He's very good at being a disembodied head.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He does it well. He works at it well. But yeah, I mean, we we enjoy our cheesy 1950s stuff, and this is late 50s, so again, this will be interesting. Um, and speaking of interesting, as always, Evan brings us a wonderful cocktail to pair with the evening's film in a little segment which we call.
What were you drinking?
What are we drinking tonight, Evan?
Tonight's cocktail is also called Bloodlust. A film called Bloodlust, and we've got a cocktail called Bloodlust.
Bloodlust.
Oh, no exclamation point
This
on
one
the
doesn't
drink.
have, yeah, no. This one's Bloodlust.
That's so
Question mark?
no exclamation point.
No, but this one is made with gin. The recipe calls for amaro, the like Italian liqueur, which I couldn't find, so we're playing around with this a little tonight. We're using absinthe and a little bit of grenadine. Honey, this calls for, and this recipe actually calls for you to like make your own, like it's like a berry honey slurry, which I didn't do. So we're just gonna use a little bit of just honey, some lemon juice, and egg white. So we're playing a little fast and loose with the recipe, but I think this is gonna be interesting.
It should definitely be interesting. I mean, egg white and
should be like I mean, I think the idea is that it's like a thick, bloody cocktail.
It looks like a thick, bloody. It look
kind of pink.
It's very pink. It's like I don't know.
Like pink lemonade.
I don't know what marrow looks like, but
like a bone marrow.
You think it's pink? Is it pink?
I think you might be right. Yeah.
It's like when venom hits blood and it coagulates outside the body.
Right. Yeah. We've got a nice cup full of that.
Yeah.
So
it's really. It does look like some kind of like.
We've got some kind of bodily fluid.
It looks like some kind of fucking smoothie.
It looks like Pepto-Bismol.
Oh no, don't say that, Evan. Don't say it looks like
smells.
Pepto.
I mean, it smells like absinthe.
It does smell like
the
absinthe.
Cuts through everything.
It smells like wormwood.
But we are going to go ahead and try this. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Ooh. Interesting.
That is very interesting.
I mean, I sipped
Ooh,
it.
I'm getting lots of flavors.
I mean,
could you tell
right?
by our ooze? Could you take note of all the different palettes?
Yeah, that's that's a nice. It's like a little promenade of flavors.
It sits there, man. It's got a presence for sure.
It sneaks up on you.
It's a sipper without a doubt.
Without a doubt,
I'm definitely gonna be.
That is an interesting drink.
That's got a little bit of a kick to it.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's got a sweetness and a little bit of a burn. It's kind of like got to burn it a little bit, but in a good way. It's a good burn. I feel the burn. And I'm okay with it. It's all right. No, this was an interesting find, Evan. When you said that you had a cocktail with the name Bloodlust, I was pretty surprised. I was
usually it's not quite so just
on the nose,
no. on point like
not
that.
Quite, but I love that you found one, and it's very it was very elaborate and definitely has some body to it. For sure.
Yeah.
We've had some very simple, just straight up cocktails that were, fine, but you always appreciate the ones that have a little extra, have some layers to it.
Something extra going on.
And that they all combine well, right? It's not just some ingredients that it's I don't know if those things really go there have been some suspect recipes, not on your part, but you find what you can find on the internet.
Sometimes on my part. Sometimes I'll just pick a recipe because I think this is going to be really funny to make Garrett drink.
Yeah, certainly the what was it? I mean, I guess the moonshot was that was pretty rough. I mean, any time that I've got to take a shot, that's
The moon rocks.
yeah. It was something. It was something not fun. But
That's
yeah.
when you dunk Blue Moon in some ice.
Yep.
Oh, that sounds delicious. That sounds real good.
Are you
Moon
gonna
on the
bucket
rocks.
for this cocktail?
Wait, what?
A bucket, an ice bucket.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yep, that would be delicious. This is good work, Evan. Good work tonight.
Thank you, internet.
Well, hopefully this film tonight is as rich as the cocktail. It's certainly
as rich and layered, and
we will see. Again, it is a B movie. It's an indie movie. I have seen this before, but it has been many years. It's probably been fucking almost 20 years since I've seen this.
Oh my god.
We bought this like VHS at I guess a dollar store or something like that. And you see it has Bloodlust and Atom Age Vampire. And this was actually a cool little tape because it has these two movies, but it also has movie trailers and a cartoon.
wow.
And yeah, so
wait a second, that sounds kind of familiar.
Does that format sound familiar to you? Yeah, so it is like
pulling back the curtain a little here,
I
Garrett.
am.
And it also has three guys sitting around getting drunk, talking about the movie in the bottom corner.
That's the only thing that it's missing, but it is like it is very much like mimicking the whole idea of a double feature, right? Of like in the 50s and 60s, you go to the drive-in, you see these really cheesy independent horror movies, and you're gonna have trailers and a cartoon and all that stuff. And so they mimic that format with this. And when I saw this as a kid, it was kind of my introduction to like, oh, okay, so like back in the day, you show a cartoon and you show some trailers. And there's some other VHSs that I had as a kid that kind of did that, where they'd put supplemental things on there in the same style of going to the movies back in the day. Give you a cartoon, give you some trailers, all public domain, of course, which this videotape is. And I love any time that I've got one of these on videotape and can pull it out, because usually I have like a DVD box set, but the few of these that I've got on VHS are certainly precious. And let's just check and see, is it rewound? Oh, look, it's halfway through.
Oh,
I guess that means that I watched Bloodlust and did not want to watch Atom Age Vampire.
You did not rewind Bloodlust.
No, and I did not rewind Bloodlust. I mean, Bloodlust is really interesting. I mean, when I was a kid and I watched it, I thought it was like really interesting even then. Atom Age Vampire, it's a little more like it is a dubbed Italian film that's a little more like dramatic, and I don't know. It's just hard for me to pay attention to Atom Age Vampire, but Bloodlust was always kind of it's got a good villain, and the premise is timeless to this day. They continue to.
Well, if there's one person whose opinion I trust on a movie, it's an 8-year-old child.
Yeah, well, you got to give it up for 8-year-old me. He certainly had a taste in movies. I mean, no, like I guess it was my dad that bought because we have like at least one more that is like the same brand VHS tape that has two other movies on it. And Carl bought these, and my father. And I just inevitably, when I got bored of watching my same old VHS tapes, eventually was like, okay, let's see what this stuff is about. And pretty enjoyable. So we'll see how it is in hindsight. But I think we're gonna have fun. I think we're gonna enjoy it. Anything before we get into it tonight, boys? Yeah, I think you can expect plenty of booby traps tonight. Plenty of maybe anvil traps. Who knows? You gotta love a good anvil trap.
Perhaps some people sneaking around.
Right, you gotta love some good twinkle toes. People gotta be light on their feet when you're trying to escape from a madman. So we'll see. If these characters can engage their inner cartoon character tonight. But it should be fun. All right. Well, Fresh, if you have it queued up.
I do.
All right, then we're going to get into the exciting beginning of Bloodlust right now. See, there's the exclamation point. Evan,
There's proof.
Can you see that chat, Evan?
Yeah, I can see.
Do I need to move it?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, fun fact, when they filed the copyright for this, they left the exclamation point out of the copyright file, so it instantly fell into the public domain.
And that's why it's public domain. Yeah, yep, that's right. Fresh is on the money. So
Clerical errors.
Yeah.
Flarers, all this in the biz.
What happens when a bishop makes a mistake?
Tonight's film has, some interesting cast and crew. Nobody that was really big into horror for a long time, but some people that dabbled in this time. We'll get more into that later.
Well, this is the Philadelphia experiment right here.
Right, exactly. Oh my God.
What? He's shooting off the boat.
Hey, Tony, watch it.
While someone's trying to fish.
I don't know if you're gonna catch anything,
Don't
but
worry. Just don't worry. Get you all home safe and sound. You can navigate this stuff with one hand.
No. Out. I'm out.
This guy is a cartoon character. We found him.
If he does that once more, I think I'm going to get sick.
I think all this action has made the fish sick. I can't seem to make any contact with him at all.
I wonder why.
Can't make any contact.
I'm trying to make contact.
Quit using your nerd language,
Hey,
nerd.
Not at all.
Here, you want to try it?
Sure. Only there's one hitch.
What?
No more bottles.
Well,
Bottles? We don't need
Guess we'll
no
have to play a
stinking
different game.
bottles.
What else can we do out here?
this is always fun.
Whoa! All right, doing a little Titanic action, making a move on the.
Whoa! Holy shit!
Of all the girls in the world, I had to get mixed up with the daughter of a judo expert.
Exposition.
Well, that's not exactly what I had in mind.
I don't think we've seen, usually in these movies, the characters aren't
What is it?
capable fighters.
There's an island way over
This
there
almost
that
feels like
I don't remember
first.
seeing before.
Yeah, they're just immediately disadvantaged.
Yeah,
Like
they're
here's
just regular
Yeah.
people that would like that. Luckily, we have a black belt with us.
Oh, a mysterious hidden island. Let's go ashore.
What for?
Well, maybe we can find some hidden pirate treasure.
Maybe it would be fun. What do you say, Johnny? Oh, why not? This boat's costing us enough. We might as well see everything we can. Hey, Tony, put in here. You want to go ashore?
You are fucking kidding me.
let's go ashore.
He's really tied one on this time.
Looks like he's going to be out for quite a while.
What are we gonna do?
Well, I know I can get this boat in close enough to the island to get the anchor down. But I'm not sure I can get us back to the main island. So, I guess our little treasure hunt's the best thing to do until our navigator sobers up.
Well, we better take that bottle
ready.
away
I'll
from
take us in closer to the shore.
Okay.
I love like whatever like it's not a set, but I cannot tell like why it looks weird right now. Like something looks strange about this body of water that they're in.
You think? Do they have the like the set bodies, like the big pools?
Yeah, there. I think there were a couple in this time, but I don't think that. I don't think this production had access to them. It was just very still, like where that was.
Yeah, it was like a lake.
Hey, I wonder if anyone lives here.
Ah, trespassing.
Any natives on this island that have spotted the boat before now. Been down here trying to sell us hand-painted coconuts.
What do we do now?
Well, my intuition tells me that Captain Kidd buried his loot over there.
Well, actually, according to my calculations,
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
are they blind?
Yeah, I guess so.
We're real pirates?
None of us have peripheral vision. All that asbestos
We thought
really.
the pirates died out years ago.
Captain Kidd.
I did? Well, I guess one pirate's gold is as good as another's.
I think I found something. Hey, I think I found something. Oh, what is it?
So if you find buried treasure when you're
Well,
trespassing,
let's just say it's
do you get to
something the
keep
tide
it?
washed in.
Probably not.
I think you're just a little too young to know about it.
Hey, gang, come here.
Was that a brazier?
I think so.
Oh my god, what is
Did you find something, Johnny?
You can bet I did. Look,
Oh, what is it?
it's some of the best eating in these waters. A lot of clams around here, too.
I'm hungry. So let's have a clam bake.
Right. And let's have a tropical
What the fuck is going on?
They're classic Americans just making this island their home.
They're just American teenagering it up.
Oh, that's fine.
Let's have a clam bake.
That's what the pilgrims said when they pulled up on got out of the ship after Plymouth Rock. Yeah.
We'll all go
Let's
to the
have
meeting
clam
and then
bake.
we'll all go.
Come on, let's go.
These guys are just missing their talking dog.
Yeah. True.
The jungle without banana trees.
Hey, wait a minute.
It's a cigarette pack.
Jinkies.
It's not too old either. I can still smell the tobacco.
That means that somebody does live here.
Well, not necessarily. Maybe somebody just went exploring a couple of days ago and then sailed away.
I don't know why, but I'm scared. Let's go back to the
Oh,
boat.
there's nothing to be scared of.
Oh, no. It'll only take a few minutes. Then we'll be back at the beach. Come on.
Women's intuition.
It's either intuition or hysteria. It could only be one or the other.
You're being hysterical.
Get this woman a sedative. Ah!
Oh, the Viet Cong are here.
Oh no.
Johnny! Oh, we've got to get him out of there. He looks hurt.
Right, I'll get some vines. We can use them to pull him out.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Deliberately dug here. But who could have done it? Oh, I don't know. But I do know that as soon as we get him up out of that hole, we're getting out of here. Oh, wait a minute, Pete. I'll climb down. We'll need you here to pull him up.
Okay, but be careful.
Okay.
Out cold, just.
Okay, start pulling.
Uh-oh.
These people are fucking blind.
Help them, quickly.
Very sneaky,
I came here shortly after the war. I wanted to live in a world of my own. A world completely free from any kind of outside pressures.
Yeah, but what do you do here?
Yeah, how do you get any kicks in a place like this?
Kicks?
Mm.
Oh, I've found diversions. I've developed a kind of passion for hunting.
So that's it. That's why the trap was...
No. You're quite wrong. You see, this island was once the stronghold of some renegades from the mainland. There may be one or two of them still lurking in the jungle. The trap must have been there.
Wow, okay.
But all these different animals, they can't be native to this island.
They weren't. But you must know what money can accomplish. It's quite simple to import any...
Yeah, Don Draper's out there in the woods.
As other men collect fame and riches, I collect trophies.
Get out of my way.
Oh, another drunk guy.
Yeah.
I thought you had visitors.
Was that in
Kramer.
the story?
Strange voices.
Was that in the original story?
I don't think so.
Yes, Dean.
It's weird that both of these have
stumbled
the
onto my
drunk
retreat.
characters.
I see that you're not
Yeah, it's weird.
feeling well.
Weird
again
trope
this
to
evening.
bring into it.
That's right.
That's what happens when you watch the two most dangerous games right back to back.
Yeah.
I'll
We're gonna be comparing them
I'll
all
go
night.
back to my room.
All the similarities.
I think that would be best. You can meet our young friends later.
That's right. Meet our young
Very
friends.
sad looking lion.
Later.
Yeah, it does look very depressed.
Later.
Oh, shit. I just
it's
got
dead.
killed.
This is my life
Really
now.
too bad. Dean was once a very brilliant man, but I keep him here with me because I feel sorry for him. And he's an excellent chess player. I know you'll all enjoy his company when he's sober and you get a chance to know him.
Well, I'm sure that's right, sir, but I don't think we'll get the chance. We have to leave now. You see, our boat's anchored off the island.
I'm afraid that's quite out of the question. You'd never make it through this animal-infested jungle tonight.
But our boat, you see, the man who owns it doesn't know we went ashore. And he's sure to wake up.
You can put your minds at rest. I have a very competent staff. They'll take care of everything. Will you excuse me a moment?
We have an
I'll be
amazing
right back.
staff here on Nazi Fugitive Island.
Johnny, what are we gonna do? This place gives me the creeps.
Oh, I don't know. I'd kind of like to see what gives.
Sure, and what do you think's going to happen when Tony wakes up and finds us gone? He'll head straight back to port. Maybe remember to report us missing. Well, that will be stuck here
If
for
you're
days.
lucky.
Don't worry about that. Tony won't be going anywhere without us.
What do you mean?
I mean, I made sure that before we left the boat by taking the rotor.
Oh,
We'll be able to start the
nice.
engine without it.
Wow. What a
He's not
douche.
wonderful.
Well, that takes care of the boat. But
Hold it. I think he's coming back.
May I present my
She's
wife?
blinking in more
Yeah,
stuff.
present my wife.
Jenny,
Jesus Christ, dude.
I was sure that you would want to make them welcome to our island.
Naturally. I am glad to see you. Will you be staying for a while?
well, you see, Mrs. Bellow,
Yes, they will, my dear. I think I've convinced them of the foolishness of trying to leave tonight.
but we don't want to impose.
It's our pleasure. Isn't it, Sandra?
Of course.
And now, if you'll show the girls to the guest room.
Yes. Will you come with me, please?
Yeah, blink twice for help.
I want to go take care of them.
I've made arrangements for you to spend a comfortable night. We can discuss your leaving in the morning. Sandor's prepared a room for you. He will take you to it.
But I don't think we
Good
ought to-
night. Don't worry. Everything will be taken care of.
magic trick.
Can I make you a drink?
Classic.
Dean, we have to be
Uh-oh.
careful. He could walk in any minute. And his spies are all over the house.
I know. I can't take much more of his madness, Sandra.
Don Draper is in this.
Pretending to be a useless drunk.
I'm just so scared and so horny, damn it.
Got to try again.
But how, Dean, how? He can never allow anyone to leave this place alive. And he has made sure no one ever will.
I know. I'm going to gamble on a long shot. And now with these kids here, I think we've got a chance.
Them
What does
kids.
it mean?
I've worked it all out in my mind.
Them meddling kids.
Ah, Sandra. Entertaining our guest? You've recovered from your indisposition, I see. I'm glad.
Thank you.
I was just about to take a turn around the grounds. Wouldn't you two like to join me? You go out so seldom.
Don't do it.
I am tired, Alex. I was about to go to my room.
Dean?
She knows her husband.
No. No, thank you. I think I'll turn in too.
I think I'll also
Then you
go
won't
to her
mind
room.
escorting Sandra to her room. With you.
Of course not. Good night.
Dean, I've worked out a very satisfactory design for living here. I think you realize that. I hope you also realize that the presence of those 4 young people here changes nothing as far as we're concerned. I've taken care of everything.
He's got a sharp widow's peak. His widow's peak is on point.
You don't think we're dreaming, do you, Betty? No, this is no dream. But I can't think of a better explanation either.
All right, wake up. Damn it, wake up. Why am I not waking up? This has got to be a dream.
Come in.
You all right?
So far we are, but I just can't understand what's happening to us.
Neither can I.
That big guy that took us to our room up the hall wasn't very friendly.
I've got a feeling this isn't as friendly a place as that Mr. Below tries to make out.
I still can't figure out how it got here on the island in the first place.
Well, I figured that this house was first built by one of those, crackpot millionaires about 100 years ago. And when Below found out about it, he sort of moved in.
You know, that could be it. He said he had a lot of money.
But why? Oh, I still don't know what's going on here.
Well, it's a cinch nobody's going to
Neither
tell us.
do we.
So we'll just have to find out for ourselves.
Yeah, but how?
Let's split up and have a look around.
Oh, I don't...
Yeah, gang, let's split up.
I'm scared.
Well, there's nothing to be scared about. I mean, I'll be with you.
That's right. And Betty, you'll be with me. Now listen, don't get into anything you can't handle. And if you find out anything, head straight back here and we'll do the same. Okay?
Yeah.
Does this shirt get tighter every scene?
I think so. I think it does. It's morphing to his body.
He's just doing doing push-ups between takes.
This is where we split.
Doesn't it seem a little unfair to pair the black belt with the guy who's half a foot taller than everybody else, and then the nerd and the girl who's just kind of been off to the side most of the time? Ah!
Don't make a sound. Promise to release you, but only to swear not to try out. All right. Go back to your room. We'll go with you. We've got to talk to you. What's this all about?
Please go back to your room. We cannot talk here.
Gang, we found a clue.
Please. There is death all around us.
Okay, Betty, come on.
Hurry.
Cool, the 2 useful ones go back to the room.
Yep.
Well, there's something I want to tell you.
You're screwed. We're all screwed.
Unless you do exactly as I say, you'll never get off this island.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait here. Broom closet.
There aren't even any brooms in here. This is ridiculous.
There's a stairway there that leads down into some kind of a tunnel. So come on, let's see where it goes.
Of course.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, classic horror movie tropes.
We are trying to help you. And us.
I don't think we should go
I don't
down there. Oh,
understand
come
anything.
on.
Well, I'll try and explain it as quickly as I can. First, we can have your friends from the other room in here.
But they're not there.
What?
Oh, they're out in the house somewhere. They're trying to find out what's going on, just as we were when you stopped us.
That's bad.
Great writing.
That's bad.
Great.
Let's just
That's bad.
pray that they'll be all right.
Gotta love a good paper mache cave.
Jesus Christ.
A lot of angles in this cave.
This is a German expressionist set.
Yeah. Ah. That's pretty wild looking. Rats.
Oh, rats.
Where? Oh, right there.
Right there in the skeleton.
In the rib cage.
Rats in the Rib Cage, the new album.
I would buy that.
Rats in my rib cage.
The new album from Bloodlust. The same door opening and closing sound effect from every late 50s horror movie. I'm pretty sure I've heard that same sound effect more times than I can count.
It's the Wilhelm scream of doors.
It really is. Like House on Haunted Hill uses that same one like 10 times in a row. It's pretty ridiculous. I know it really well. That's a different one though. It was good.
He's just making a stew.
Oh yeah. Gotta separate the meat from the bones.
You gotta let it cook for a few days.
Then you got a stew going. Nice cut. Nice cut. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
You can't mix the feet with the whites. You gotta separate the you know, your colors and your whites and your feet. Your feet have to go in a separate load.
Oh my god.
It's got a whole
face,
human costume.
whole skin, yeah, leather face over here.
He stuffed the head with more skin.
I mean, I guess this is post Ed Gein, so you know, certainly taking a couple cues out of his book. That would make a really nice lampshade. Ed Gein would be the first person to tell you that.
He consulted on this movie, I believe.
Is this a vat of acid?
I guess.
Look at it smoking.
All right, and that is gonna take us to the break. And Fresh, I got a little bit past there. I got to like, I can't believe it. It's just so awful. And then that's where I was able to get it cut at. So
Okay, no worries.
Just a little tip. That was the first third of Bloodlust. What do we think so far?
Things are heating up.
Yeah, I like how they showed up in the boat instead of the mystery machine.
Yeah, this is definitely a little bit of a change from the, the later adaptation. The source material obviously differs a little bit. I would have liked to have seen some groovy flowers or something painted on the side of the boat, but you can't get, you can't always get everything you want. I mean, and obviously here, instead of, marijuana being the vice of choice for this gang, it's, alcohol at least is the vice of choice for the captain of the boat.
Right. Well, they're not going to get pregnant out of wedlock. They're just going to get hunted for sport.
Right. I mean, that's, that's the worst thing that could happen is the former. Getting hunted for sport, that's a game. That's fun. You have fun. They're gonna have tons of fun. Yeah, I mean, so far we've been treated to some, that last little sequence there was pretty pretty, had a little bit of shock value to it, I thought.
Absolutely. We don't usually see faces and skins.
Yeah, limbs, hacked off limbs. Women floating in tanks, that's a new one.
Yeah.
We've had women's heads in pans before, but a tank of water is a little different. Yeah, I mean, so far it's been kind of funny and kind of like had some decent scares to it, which is more than you can say for some of the films. Some of the films that we watch on the show are slow burns. They take a while to get like something that's a little horrific. Or
Yeah,
I mean, even
we've got some good stuff. I mean, just the first third.
Yeah, because I feel like the Most Dangerous Game was even slower in terms of.
It was, I think.
Yeah.
Showing
it took until like the last 20 minutes before they were even doing anything.
Yeah, it did take a while for things to get going with that. Yeah, things are off to a rollicking start here so far.
Yeah,
It's a fun movie.
See how long it takes for them to get to the hunt.
Yeah, I have a feeling it won't take them long. I feel like we already know what this guy's all about. We know what he's gonna do.
We saw the hat, we saw the gun, we get it.
We know everything we need to know. Yeah, I mean, and this guy's an interesting villain. The character is Dr. I thought it was Dr. Baloo, but they're saying it like Dr. Ballo. I don't know. They're saying it some weird way.
French.
So however you want to say it. He's he's a serviceable villain. He's good at raising his eyebrows and being, arch. He has a good widow's peak, so that's
he's got the look.
He's got the look. He certainly does. That's what they told him. This is like this was the only leading role that actor Wilton Graff ever had. He usually just played bit parts, and the press book for tonight's movie is like he usually plays like stately like figures and people of high stature, and but always like very bit minor parts. So the press book is like he was very excited to stretch his acting chops and get to play a villain. He's always wanted to play a villain. That's what it said. I don't know if that was true. Because I don't think every actor was super like happy with this movie. The actress, the character Betty, the one who knows judo, she she apparently said that like this movie made her reevaluate like where her career was heading. Because she
what
she
in
did,
what kind of way?
well, she had been doing a number of indie B movies, and she had been doing some like Roger Corman like exploitation films. Like I think she was in Teenage Doll and like The Voyage of the Viking Women, or it's no the Viking women, the Viking women on their voyage to battle the great. I don't know. Some ridiculous titled Roger Corman movie that she plays one of the Viking women. Um, but she had also been in Attack of the Puppet People and Earth. Oh no, I have the title right here. The Saga of the Viking Women and Their Voyage to the Waters of the Great Sea Serpent.
Oh my god,
That's the
what a title.
Isn't that crazy? This is a ridiculous title. So she did that. She did Attack of the Puppet People is one. I think we were talking about it last week or maybe earlier this week, like movies about like shrunken people. And oh yeah, we were talking about it in the minisode this past week. In the 50s there was a popular plot point to like shrink people or blow people up. So Attack of the Puppet People, I think that's one where they got shrunk down.
They get attacked by puppets.
Yeah, that's what they call the shrunk people, the puppet people, because I think it's a mad scientist thing.
Yeah, I think Rick Moranis popularized that.
Yeah, I think he definitely obviously set the, kind of
Honey, I Shrunk the Puppet People.
Right. That's where they got it. I mean, no, very much like the Honey, I Shrunk the Kid movies were inspired by these 1950s sci-fi movies, sci-fi horror movies. And that's basically like a lot of the people that were in tonight's movie and worked on tonight's movie were a part of this indie scene that wasn't Roger Corman. Like some of them did some Roger Corman stuff. Like the woman who did the wardrobe for tonight's movie also did the wardrobe for like Bucket of Blood and all the like Roger Corman, Edgar Allan Poe movies and like some Beach Party movies. But a lot of these people were kind of on the like, kind of make it really weird B horror movies. Like one of the trailers we saw, or wait, no, some of the trailers we're gonna see during the break is a movie that a few people in tonight's movie worked on, Frankenstein's Daughter, and that had the same costume person, the same like some of the same actors, same cinematographer. The cinematographer, like, we're gonna see a trailer for a movie that he directed. So all these trailers that we're gonna see came out in 1958, and like each of these movies shares like at least a handful of the same actors and writers or producers. So we're gonna see Frankenstein's Daughter. We're gonna see which that's directed by the cinematographer of tonight's movie, Richard Kuna. And then the other trailer that we're gonna see is Giant from the Unknown, which is, it's not like a giant, that's not like a giant like person movie. It's more like a prehistoric like guy gets like unfrozen, he's terrorizing people.
The giant caveman in the iceberg.
Yeah, essentially that plot. And I believe that the writer, director, producer of tonight's film wrote or produced that movie, and he this was the only film that tonight's director Ralph Brook, this was the only film that he did. He died like 2 years after this was released. So this was the only directing shot he got, but he, with all these other people, he did acting, he did set design, he did assistant directing, he did producing, he did it all. But this was the only feature film that he got to direct. It's kind of sad. And then the other trailer we're gonna see is The Spider. We've seen that trailer before, but that's got two of the actors playing the kids in tonight's movie, they're the like lead teenagers in The Spider. So, and that also came out in 1958. So a lot of like, these people were really busy in 1958 just doing all these independent sci-fi and horror movies and banging them out. So we're going to get some fun, cheesy trailers in this break. And then when we come back, we're going to get into the exciting conclusion. Oh, God. Exciting conclusion.
We're going to skip to the end.
We're just going to skip right to it. We're just going to get right there. The exciting middle of Bloodlust. So stick around. We'll be right back.
I'm telling you, there's something mighty strange going on around here. First, the cattle and the horses ripped apart. Then old man Banks is found dead under mighty peculiar circumstances. Just ain't natural.
For 5 centuries it waited beneath the earth, held captive by a mountain of stone.
No, you don't think he could still be alive?
If he were, it could explain a lot of things that have been happening.
That's impossible. He's been dead at least 500 years.
So was that lizard I found.
Suddenly, in a flash of fate, nature unleashed this horrendous monster. The nightmare giant who held all civilization in a paralyzing grip of fear. Man was powerless against this creeping terror. Bullets could not stop it, and only human life could satiate its bloodlust. Here is terror that strikes with gigantic fury, an amazing adventure into a hellish world of horror you will never forget. Beware, its cold look of death is watching you now. Yes, the night holds terror, an evil reborn from the grave of Frankenstein, bringing a macabre nightmare to a teenage world of rock and roll emotions. For the first time, a female descendant of the infamous Frankenstein, deadlier, more terrifying than ever before. He needed her kiss to satisfy his desire, but he wanted her soul for the fiendish creation that was to rule the earth in terror.
I'm sure of one thing. You better hurry before that brain cells are damaged completely.
Frankenstein's daughter.
Now everything was ready. Who would be his first victim? Who will feel the cold sting of death?
Kill him. Call her off. Don't make me shoot. Go ahead and shoot. You can't even feel it. Kill him. Back. Get back. Kill him.
For the most suspenseful and gripping moments you have ever spent, see this masterpiece of Scream a Second Terror. You will never forget it.
Enter the cavern of unknown horrors. Listen.
What's that noise?
I don't know.
See, the only existing specimen of a spider, bigger than a human.
Man, I better find out what made this creature so big, and find out fast, or we're all going to be in pretty serious trouble.
For shocking, skin-crawling excitement, meet face to face 50 creeping tons of black horror. See the spider.
The spider. So yeah, those that was Giant from the Unknown, Frankenstein's Daughter on Earth versus the Spider. All very cheesy. 1958 horror movies.
Yeah, not only is it a giant spider, it's a giant screaming spider.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's always been a trope that giant monsters have some
kind of screech.
unnatural scream. And even Jaws, even when they finally decided to jump the shark on that in the fourth movie, and the shark roars. Roar. Oh, it's great. It's the best thing in the world. I love Jaws the Revenge. The roaring shark, it's great. All giant monsters should roar or scream or screech or squeal or something. Of course.
I think in the next Jaws they should just have them talk.
Well,
Hi, my name's Jaws, and I rule these waters.
Yeah, I think that was the original plan for Jaws 3 when it was going to be National Lampoon's Jaws 3 People Zero, and then
that's good. That's
yeah,
a good title.
and then they decided to just do it serious, and it's just Jaws 3D, and that was
went great.
Went fantastically.
Everybody loved that one.
Everybody loves Jaws 3D. I hate Jaws 3D.
This shark's coming right at me.
Oh my gosh, look at this. It's so crazy because you know what the Jaws shark, mechanical shark, it has a very specific look. And then in the most climactic point in the movie, they just get like a stock drawing of a shark and have it slowly getting bigger instead of using a mechanical shark. And it's just come on now. What is this? You've just broken the whole illusion of the movie for me. And they filmed it with a real shark. And you can find a little clip of that outtake somewhere on YouTube. Found it a couple years ago. I was pretty surprised. I was like, just use the real fake shark instead of using a drawing. A drawing.
Drawing?
A drawer.
A drawing.
I love it when Jaws slides out.
When Jaws slides out.
Yeah, because he's a drawer.
Yes, yeah. Well,
Got a little handle on the side and they just pull him out.
Right. It's in and out, in and out. Drawer action. Yeah, screeching monsters, vocal monsters. It's a necessity. And yeah, I think that was just what I think them has the ants make some kind of noise, right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
That kind of set off. Godzilla even. We all know Godzilla.
Of course, Godzilla.
Yeah.
Godzilla's got to scream.
It's great. Godzilla's roar is, everybody knows that.
Imagine if Godzilla was shy.
Oh yeah, well that would be,
He can scream, but he's too shy.
Yeah, he just spits fire all the time. It'd be kind of, I think I'd be shy too. Godzilla's a very confident monster, obviously.
It's our new sequel, Bashful Godzilla.
Bashful Godzilla, yes. Just
rebooting. So.
Yeah. Be a totally different direction for the franchise. It's exactly the breath of fresh air that the Godzilla franchise has been missing. So
he comes out of the water and he's like, "Oh God, I can't!" And turns around 6 times.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do it.
It's too much. It's too much. I'm just gonna go back.
So many people here.
Shy Godzilla.
There's a lot of people in Tokyo. That's true.
When Godzilla's out, everybody's eyes are on him.
Everybody's looking at me.
Yeah, I'd be shy too. Jeez.
Stop looking at me. Stop it.
And then he knocks the building over.
Poor Godzilla. Yeah. I guess Godzilla came out around. No, Godzilla came out a little before tonight's film. I think the Godzilla series was in full swing. That's what this movie's missing is giant monsters. We get some human monsters, which is always good, always fun. But I always appreciate when you can throw giant monsters in with psychotic.
Right. We need a giant manhunt.
We do. We do. We need some giant monsters in the mix. That's what the Godzilla people who made the most dangerous game the first time around should have known to put in the story, and then every other adaptation would just do the same thing. But
They should have made it like a giant washes up on this island, and then he hunts the giant.
that would be pretty. I mean, again, like the company that was making the Godzilla movies kind of did that. They did some movies that were basically about giant, like humanoid type monsters that were like just kind of like wreaking havoc on some like remote place, and then like the government and all these people are trying to figure out what do we do about this monster.
Yeah. So just to be clear, when the giant washes up on the island, he still shows him the hospitality. Like he still he has the room. He can barely fit in there.
Okay. Yeah.
He tries sneaking around the house.
Right. Just like that. Yeah, I mean, if tonight's movie has taught us anything, if you're in a creepy house, you're not familiar, what do you need to do? You need to go look around for clues. You got to figure out what's going on in this house because they're hiding something, obviously. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we're at with Bloodlust so far. Just a couple other people of note in the film, the gory makeup that we saw before the break, courtesy of a guy named Jack Dusick. He also did the makeup for House on Haunted Hill the same year that this was made. We haven't seen House on Haunted Hill yet. We're saving that for
special occasion.
Halloween time is ideally when I would like to bust out House on Haunted Hill, because it is a great film, and I didn't want to show it up top.
Save that one. Crack out the good stuff.
Yeah, I've been trying not to show the best movies out the gate with the show. I've been trying to save some of the more quality films, and House on Haunted Hill is certainly that. And it's got some pretty decent little makeup effects in it. Nothing crazy, but definitely some skill going into that. And then the guy who's playing the big the guy who's the big jacked guy with the tight shirt, Johnny, that's the character's name. This actor, Robert Reed, name may not sound familiar. And you probably won't know because I don't think that we were necessarily growing up in the time when this show was popular, but he was the dad on the Brady Bunch.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, which character?
The guy who's playing
the tight shirt.
Yeah, the tall guy.
Mr. Brady.
That's Mike Brady. Yeah,
wow.
That's This is his first lead role. He had some uncredited appearances like 2 or 3 before this, and then this is his first movie. He didn't make too many movies, obviously, mostly a TV guy. Of course, the Brady Bunch was a kind of a cultural phenomena in the United States, I guess, for a little bit. I mean, and all the spin-offs they did. They did like a Brady Bunch variety show like after the main show. Did you guys know that?
I've seen some of
there
that.
are all these different spin-offs that they did that were weird and like attempts to kind of cash in on whatever craze was popular at the time, but it's Brady themed, and I don't know.
They were big celebrities, I guess.
It was a big thing. And apparently Robert Reed wasn't really, by the end of the show's run, he wasn't happy with the show and the quality and just the the quality of the scripts and things that bothered him, that he didn't feel like he wasn't being listened to. But he continued to go and be involved in all the other things until he passed away. But yeah, this is his
he kept asking Mrs. Brady for a divorce.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta get out of it. These kids are driving me crazy. It's too many kids. 6 is anything more
I never
than
get
4.
any damn privacy in this house.
It's just too much. We can't be taking in other kids. I don't know who this cousin Oliver character is, but he's gotta go now.
Are you kidding me? I've got another mouth to feed.
we can't keep taking in these damn kids. Yeah, Brady Bunch was not something that I grew up with, but obviously was very popular, and and even I'm sure plenty of young people still rediscover or discover Brady Bunch.
It's one of those things. You probably catch an episode or so. Maybe you're in a hospital waiting room, or
yeah, in passing.
You're in a hotel and you're watching TV Land or something.
Right, yeah, TV Land. That's where you're most likely gonna see it. Yeah, it's it's a show. I'm sure you can still find it somewhere. But yeah, so that's probably the most of note cast member. Everybody else doesn't really have anything of note, or like that was super big or a big hit. I mean, the guy playing the villain, he was in had bit parts in some Lon Chaney movies in the 40s. The Inner Sanctum Mysteries, which were some like mystery thrillers. They weren't necessarily horror. And Lon Chaney starred in all. There were like 6 of them. Lon Chaney's in all of them, and they're B movies, but they're fun.
It's like The Veil.
Yeah, pretty much like The Veil. Like it was, and again, Inner Sanctum Mysteries was a radio show, and so then the movies were like adaptations. I don't know if they were adaptations of the radio plays always, but they just kind of cashed in on the on the title. So that was the Inner Sanctum Mysteries, and the guy playing the villain in tonight's film was like, had some bit parts in those movies, but that's it. Nobody really has much horror pedigree here, unfortunately. It's kind of sad.
Well, let's see how these greenhorns do.
Let's see how they fare. Let's see if we're in the hunt right away,
how
or if it
scary
takes
we
some
can be.
time. See if they'll last. Certainly Judo Girl. See, I shouldn't call her Judo Girl. She has a name. If it's Judy, it would make it really. Oh, it's Betty. No, it's Betty. Judy the Judo Girl. That would be, it'd be really easy to remember. But it's Betty. But yeah, I think she'll hold her own. But we'll see. Fresh, if you have it queued up.
I do.
We're gonna get into the exciting middle of Bloodlust right now.
The word is true. I swear it.
You have to believe us.
Not a word about this.
Shh, here he comes, here he comes.
Go ahead. It's on the bed.
Jeannie.
You'll never
I've
believe
seen
what
some
we saw.
things, man.
I don't believe it myself.
We just heard about it. I guess it's true then.
They told you about an unbelievable nightmare. It's true, all right.
Well, that settles it. We've got to try and get out of here tonight.
Tonight? Huh. Sandra and I have been saying that to each other every night for the last year.
Why haven't you ever tried?
Never had the opportunity. Bello has always kept us pretty well covered. What can we do? Well,
And yet here they are. Everybody in this
it'll give us
house
all a
is
good
piled
chance.
into one room.
Now, Sandra?
Yeah, this
You
hallway's
and Billy
not
stay here and watch
not
after
on the
Jeannie
patrol
because she's
route,
all
I guess.
No.
Johnny, I want you and Peter to meet
Discretion
me in
is
the
not
trophy
the
room
name
in a
of the
while.
game here.
Oh, it's all right. You have to run in the house. Only be careful what you say.
Yeah, but what about Bello?
You don't have to worry about him for a couple of hours.
Below.
Below.
After another trophy. You think this Gerard character's on the level?
Well, he must be.
On the
Anybody in their
level.
right minds would want to get out of this place. And I don't think he's nuts.
I just had to make sure that Bello had really gone.
Does he go out every night?
Yes. Every night that he can hunt.
What? I mean, who?
Who? Out there in that jungle, there are already several men that he's driven insane. And now there's also probably the owner of your boat.
Tony? Well,
Tony?
He'll still be out in the boat. The engines won't work.
No? I'm sure that by now Bellow's men have taken that boat to the other side of the island. To the Hidden Cove.
Hidden Cove? Well, where's
Hidden
that?
Cove.
That's where your only chance for escape lies.
How do you mean?
There's several boats moored offshore. Someone will have to swim out to one of them and try to make it to the mainland to get help.
Well,
So he knows how to get off the island, he just hasn't bothered to do it yet.
I'll do that myself.
Mm-hmm.
And
He can't
Sandra
swim.
will come with me.
Sandra?
Oh yeah, I forgot that part.
She's an excellent And even if we don't make it, drowning would be better than what Ballo had in mind for both of us.
Now, where do we fit into all this?
I'm going to tell you.
You're gonna teach me how to swim.
You're going to have to cover for us. If the guards find us gone...
It cuts and he just has water wings on.
And after that...
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Until I can come back to help.
Johnny?
Well, I know it doesn't sound very promising, but believe me, it's the only chance you've got.
Well, I guess we'll have to take it then.
Good. Now listen to me. The first thing we do is go over to the North Shore.
The North Shore? No, the people of the South Shore aren't gonna like this. Wait, what?
Wow, nice fence with a big gap in it.
Did they get away?
So far, so good. I went as far as the front door with them, and nobody saw them.
Well, those guards must be getting careless. One of them walked right by Sanders' room without checking it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. Uh-oh.
Don't mind us. We're just having an orgy.
No.
I don't know. He and Saunders had time to get into the jungle. Let's hope they make it to the cove.
Okay, carry on.
Just step one of the plan. Take off all your clothes.
Make sure that
Get your most fancy bathing suit.
Yes, that's it.
Dean, I may never get a chance to see this again. I love you with all my heart.
She have something in her mouth?
We won't fail.
Yeah, she's got a piece of sauerkraut stuck in her teeth. Oh my God!
What the?
What has he got? A long rifle or a?
Jesus Christ!
A spear?
Yeah, it's not a gun. Yeah, it's a big bayonet.
Throw this spear at them. Hunting.
That's how I go hunting. Big spear.
Did you find anything?
No. I listened to two guards talking. One of them had been over to the cove, but he didn't mention anything about the boats.
It's been 2 days now and no word.
What I
2
can't understand is why we
days.
haven't heard from Ballo before.
They're dead. They're dead. They're fucking
You
dead.
don't think...
I don't know what to think. Hold it. Somebody's coming.
Don't they already know where this like hidden
What is going on in there, Johnny?
room is?
You game to try and find out?
You don't mean...
I think the answers to all our questions lie behind that wall.
Oh, come on. Yeah, y'all bust up in there and take them down. Y'all are clearly the two most capable people in the film so far.
The quarterback and the
Yeah.
judo girl.
I like the guy's hair.
We're gonna find out right now.
Back in the days where you use a shit ton of product that probably has horrible, horrible chemicals in it. And egg whites, as we learned in the commercial. This in our minisode.
You gotta crack an egg on your head.
You crack an egg, yeah, every once in a while. Just crack an egg. Don't crack
In
that
this economy? No, thank you.
Yeah, that's basically what the commercial was saying. Wait, don't crack that egg.
Good evening.
Wait, I was gonna eat that.
And then the shampoo had a terrible name. Like something Richard Hudnut shampoo.
Yeah, it was weird.
Only the finest.
I have something I'd like to show you.
Classic villain.
Yeah,
If you were that scared, would you still be holding hands, do you think?
Welcome to my private trophy room.
Yeah.
I had intended to show it to you in time, but why not now?
Classic supervillain with the chair and the
That's
light
Jacoby.
switches.
He had strangled 7 women before
He has a
found
trapdoor
his
button
way
on there,
to
100%.
His experience made him an adversary worthy of my skill.
You mean you hunted these people down? And then killed them and did that to them?
Exactly. I hunted them. And shall I tell you why? I've been a scholar all
I
my
don't really
life.
care, but I know you're going to tell me
I was
anyway.
curator of a large museum when the war began. I, who had never killed anything in my life, found myself assigned to duty as a sniper, a sharpshooter, because of my steady hand and keen eyesight. It amuses me now that I found it distasteful at first. And as time went by, I adjusted to my new activity, and what had been an unpleasant duty became a pleasure. Then it developed into a passion, and then into a lust for blood. A lust that has grown with the years, and one that I
almost
spend
said it. You
my
kinda said
entire life trying to satisfy.
Do you mean
A lust for blood.
Don't
Do
be
you
afraid.
mean
I merely
bloodlust?
preserved my trophies as they were at the moment of my triumph.
No, that's completely different.
Damn.
I see that my latest trophy has really impressed you. I'm glad,
He had them
because
taxed
I think it's the best thing I've done
Yeah, he did. He really.
so far. And because they tried to betray me, it gave me great satisfaction.
Brush it off.
2 days. Yeah, it must be some.
He's
good
got the
taxes.
taxidermist on a retainer.
Yeah, I mean,
I must leave you now. Since you had no difficulty finding your way here, I'm sure that when Miss Scott has regained her composure, you'll be able to see her to her room. Oh, yes. There's one thing more I'd like to have you see before you go.
just one more thing.
You'll notice that this niche has room for 3 or even 4 trophies.
I got him. I got my space ready.
And there you have it. I think it'll be wonderful sport. Don't you?
Listen, Mr. Below, fun's fun. But if you think we're going to be the
Mr.
clay
Below.
pigeons in your shooting gallery, you're just a little far out.
Take it easy, Johnny. He must be kidding. I mean, there must be an
Easy,
explanation for all of
Johnny.
this, isn't there? Isn't there?
I think I've made myself quite clear.
I think I was
Can't
perfectly
mean that you're going to
clear.
hunt Johnny and Pete like you did those others. As if they're animals.
Animals? No, not like animals. I'm going to hunt them as men. Men of brains and cunning. Just as I stalked and hunted men when I was in the army.
Just hunting the
On
man.
islands not very different from this one.
Tony!
Tony!
Yes.
Oh,
Tony.
my freaking head hurts so
He be
bad.
here this time because he's going to take part in the game, too.
No, please, don't send me out there with them.
I've been seeing little pink elephants, man.
Tony, you've outlived your usefulness to me. I paid you well to
I got
provide
the
me with
shakes.
subjects in the past. I warned you not
I
to
really
use your
need
boat
some
for other
hooch.
purposes. But since you've been so foolish as to allow these young people to find their way here without my knowledge, I think it only right that you should share their fate.
Do you mean...
That's exactly what I mean. Tony was my source of supply for subjects. In the
Damn,
past,
fuck
they were
you,
always
Tony.
convicts escaped from the penal island.
Tony's
Now I
running a
find
little
him no
side
longer
hustle.
dependable.
You really think you can get away with this madness?
Madness?
He's going on a
What I plan is
pleasure
a
cruise.
present
He was
evening
going on a
diversion.
booze cruise with the
See, I
like
knew he was
company
only
boat.
kidding. Well, that's just a toy. Well, I
That's
couldn't
actually
kill
a great
anyone.
question. They say you usually are picking up people from the penal colony. What? Why are you doing pleasure cruises all of a sudden? Yeah, there you go. Oh shit!
Oh,
Got him. Crack shot.
Oh, I guess it could kill somebody.
Yes, it can. And soon we'll try to prove it.
Oh, at least I real
Please, Mr.
shitty
Bowman,
ass
don't do this all
crossbow. I bet it can't do
You have
any
nothing to be
damage.
alarmed about, young lady.
Oh,
You're in no
shit.
danger. Either of you.
Man, whatever, man, whatever. That was a trick, man.
Accommodating host.
Do you think Jeannie and I'll have anything to do with you if you send Pete and Johnny out and kill them in that jungle?
Yes, I think so. I know so. No one has ever left this island, dead or alive. And since the unfortunate incident involving my wife has left me without feminine company, I look forward to getting to know you both better.
Yikes.
Much better.
Look, isn't it
We'll
enough you have to make
give
sitting ducks out of
Dr.
Pete and me?
Below a yikes.
You have to hurt the girls, too?
Hurt them?
Johnny, he really means it. What are we gonna do?
You know
I think
got
you've
that.
asked the wrong person about your future activity. Go with Shandor. Shandor, lock them in their room and then come back at once.
Yes, Chanders.
Dang, what's up with all these animals?
Very touching. But to return to your question, Pete, I will tell you exactly what to do up to a certain point. The rest, then, will be up to you. Are you listening to this, Tony? It applies to you, too. The moonlight's bright tonight, so you will make your way to the starting point of the chase. It's in the center of the jungle. Ivor will give you exact directions. The natives use the course.
Yeah, I guess
the
moonlight
Tree
helps
of
you
Death.
and hurts you.
I will give you plenty of time to plan your flight before I follow with the crossbow. And just 3 of these. Just 3 shots. That's all I allow myself. Very sporting, don't you think? You haven't answered
He's
me.
tough but fair.
Don't you think it's very sporting of me to allow myself just 1 chance at each of you?
Oh, sure. Real sporting.
Regular Marcus of Queensbury.
In a jungle that's built like the palm of your hand.
Oh, Marcus.
With that thing that could knock an elephant over? You're going to hunt us down. Of course, we have nothing to defend ourselves with.
Not so fast.
Really, S-Sync, that's what I was
You haven't
waiting
allowed me
on.
to finish the entire plan of the evening's
Like, why didn't any of these guys
Tony.
just like?
Yeah, there's 4 of them. 5 of them.
Yeah, even before this other guy even came in, they could have just like choked him out, and left.
What, does one of them know judo or something?
It's time to start. The odds are not completely one-sided. Your youth and numbers against my skill and experience. You'll find the ammunition in the branches of the Tree of Death. When that gun is loaded, my life will also be subject to how the hunt goes.
May the odds ever be in your favor.
Very complicated game.
Is this the Tree of Death? Did they find it already?
Yeah, there it is. It's pretty obvious. Just got a skull right there on it. Bones.
This isn't bullets.
Here it is, I found it.
Oh, she's just waiting, S-Sync. She's just waiting to bust him out.
Rat.
Shell, he left only 1 shell.
That's the way his twisted mind works.
What do you mean?
Don't you see? He allows himself 3 shots, 1 for each of us. And we get 1 shot at him. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. Come on, give me the gun and let's get moving.
Oh, no, you don't, Buster. You just hand over that bullet.
Don't be a fool,
Tony,
I'm a
you
better shot than you
asshole.
are.
Yeah? You ever shot a man?
No.
Well, I had. And I ain't taking any chances on no amateur.
I would just take it and then like kill myself and let them figure it out.
I don't know which way.
Sayonara, suckers.
It's a real power move.
Be like, all right, thanks. Boom.
Guys, I found a way out.
Hey, come back here!
No, let him go. It's better if we do split up. It doubles our chances.
Oh.
We're below can't go in 2 directions at once.
Wait, what?
Split up.
We must be right about in the middle of
Doubles our chances.
Try to get to the beach.
He just doesn't want to be stuck with the nerd every time. He's like, he's dead weight. He's dead weight. I gotta get away from him.
Boat.
We've got to try and get the
He's
gun.
holding me back.
Yeah, I'll do better on my
I mind
own.
what he said. I know what he meant. I don't like the way those goons of his kept looking at the girls. Come on, let's get started.
I just don't see how you figured this.
Never mind. We've got to do what we can.
Yeah, he's.
That's the first thing.
I don't have time for your nerdings.
I'm not sure you checked the math
I
on
just
this
hope we
one.
find the second one. Whatever that'll be.
The guard's still out there, and wide awake.
Oh, Betty, what are we going to do? Even if we do get out of this room, where are we going to go?
I don't know. Maybe we could find the boys and try to get to the boat.
We don't even know where it is. Oh, it's just no use.
Here we go. Betty getting
even this
sneaky.
window's locked.
If only there was something big, big and heavy, I could just throw it through these windows.
Come here, Jeannie.
Come here, Jeannie. Let me throw you through this window.
Listen to me. I've got an idea. Don't ask any questions. Just do exactly as I say.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Just flying
Here.
through the glass pane.
Oh.
Is that
I'm
Gary
terribly
Busey?
sorry.
Yep.
I was moving it and it just broke. I'm sure I can fix it if you could get me some glue.
The feng shui of this room was just so off. I really wanted to start rearranging things. Yeah. And, yep. She knew exactly how to catch him off guard.
Jeannie, come on, hurry.
I love that curtain opening.
Out there? But we'll be killed. No, we won't. There's a ledge out there. We can work along that till we come to an open window. But what if there's something? Never mind, it's the only way. Come on, hurry up.
Come on,
Careful.
hurry up. And that is gonna take us to our second break. So we're 2/3 of the way, and
those girls are going to be in trouble when that guy comes back with the glue.
yeah, it's he's gonna be in for a shock. Certainly, they pulled a fast one over on him. Yeah, I mean the hunt is on.
Hunt is on.
hunt is on.
This is sooner than the other adaptation.
Yeah,
And it's more fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. He doesn't have like an army of hounds and unlimited ammo
And a tiny island. It's actually pretty big.
oh, we think it's pretty big. I mean, I guess it's big.
Well, they haven't said, wow, this island's tiny yet.
No, it's true. They haven't given us that.
Haven't given us any reason to think that
But it's not a vast, huge jungle island. Yeah, I mean, definitely the trophy room scene was another kind of a bit, kind of a big high point that the other adaptation that we watched made use of.
Yeah.
Like in terms of trying to be gruesome and trying to be unsettling.
The other one didn't have like a supervillain lair though.
No, it was not a lair. It was just a room in the castle, and it was, I don't think it was behind some hidden compartment. But it was, it was, I think that the sequence before that was more shocking with the I guess the taxidermy room, if that's what you want to call it. That was I mean, didn't show anything up close, but it was
I mean, seeing anything's like skin being flung onto the table.
Yeah.
Rough.
Being stuffed, had skin, like again, Ed Gein lampshades, basically. It was definitely a little unsettling. But so far,
Didn't they say when they landed on the boat something about the natives coming up and offering them handmade crafts?
yeah, I believe that there was some talk of,
I mean, that's really handmade.
Oh, that's
Made
true.
out of hands.
Yeah.
Literally, handmade. I mean,
There it is.
I mean, I think that's what, if tonight's movie has taught us anything, it's just, again, that was and again, with Ed Gein happening at that same time, very much in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, people were thinking about hands.
Get your home goods
Think about
from
skins.
just repurpose human body parts. And if you wanna mix in some sport, you mix in some sport, as we're seeing in tonight's film. you know.
This human skin lamp is fair trade.
Yeah, I mean Dr. Below is obviously a fair man, so he'll give you a fair price, I'm sure. It seems like you can haggle with Dr. Below.
That's in the commercial.
Yeah. Dr. Below's Weapons Emporium. I don't know. He's a weapons and skin furnishings emporium. He's something else. You can tell this actor's enjoying playing a bad guy for sure.
Yeah, he's hamming it up. He reminds me of Vincent Price when he was in his little throne.
Yeah, he has had some moments where he's coming across very Price-like, especially that first scene with his wife was very very reminiscent of House on Haunted Hill. And so it's weird that both of these movies were shot at the same time, and you can see some similarities, but obviously there's more quality to House on Haunted Hill. But this was an independent film, and it was distributed 2 years after it was produced. And it was distributed by a company called Crown International Pictures. And this was one of the first movies that they distributed, and they released it on a double bill with The Devil's Hand, which we saw a trailer for in the pre-roll. And after that, they kind of specialized in exploitation movies and drive-in movies and grindhouse films, and really kind of would spend a little bit of money on foreign films and dub them and distribute them and make like a healthy profit. And throughout the 60s and the 70s, that was a really popular thing for low budget distributors to kind of just kind of make a quick buck. And they did some films that we've seen the trailers for before. They released Dracula's Dog.
Oh, it was them.
Yeah.
Which version?
Well, Dracula's Dog, I think. I think in the United States it was titled Dracula's Dog, and it was in Great Britain that it was titled Zoltan, Hound of Dracula. So pretty sure Crown International handled the American distribution. They also distributed Blood of Dracula's Castle, which we saw a trailer for when we watched The Brain That Wouldn't Die, because those movies had the same producer. And so, they throughout the 60s and 70s released a lot of B movies. And so the trailers that we're going to see are for a couple of the horror films that they released in the 70s. The first trailer, I think it's from 1973. It's a movie called Horror High. And it is, it's a horror movie set in high school, obviously. And the trailer's very cheesy and fun, and looks like a good time. And then the second trailer that we're going to see is from a Greek import that I think it was filmed in English, but it was produced in Greece. And it is called Land of the Minotaur. And it's got Peter Cushing and Donald Pleasance. And so it's got an interesting cast. But, just to give you a taste of this movie laid the groundwork for Crown International to thrive through the 60s and 70s, releasing really cheesy horror films. And again, we've seen Dracula's Dog. We see how cheesy it can get, especially that TV spot in particular. So we'll get a little bit more of a taste of their later films, and then when we come back, we'll get into the exciting conclusion of Bloodlust. So stick around, we'll be right back.
Meet Vernon Potts. This is what they did to him. Stop! Watch him as he turns into a beast, too grotesque to believe, and terrorizes his teachers to death. See Vernon Potts turn on to become the demon of Horror High.
I make that out to be a laboratory beaker, Lieutenant.
We found it close to the coach's body.
The world's most evil teenage mind creates terror for the school that becomes known as Horror High. A distorted trip into the nightmare of death.
Well, you know how some drugs can change a person mentally? Well, I've been trying to prove that you can change them physically as well.
See the terror that stalks the hallowed halls of Horror High.
Vernon, where is Mr. Mumps?
He's dead. He was part of the experiment. That's why I've got to give it up.
You just turn on the light.
There's a maniac running loose around here, and two people dead already.
Guess you're gonna have to play with the big boys today, huh? Give that back.
Give it back! Give it back!
Do you dare enroll in Horror High?
What the hell is that ungodly sound you're making?
See All-Pro John Nyland as another victim of Vernon's rage. See Horror High, opening soon in this area.
Horror High is a scream. Horror High is a blast.
Come with us, if you dare, on a terrifying journey through cells of madness, haunts of horror and fear. Come with us to this forsaken monument of crumbling stones which echoes the desolate cries of the damned. Descend with us to the forbidden chambers of the ancient pagan gods of wrath, where the devil's men perform the secret rites of the land of the Minotaur. Those who enter the forbidden chamber of the Minotaur must die. The land of the Minotaur. Donald Pleasance as the man of God, who defies the dark and sinister powers that curse this land and all who venture into it.
The devil has many faces, and many helpers too.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Peter Cushing as the Red Prince of Evil, who lures young lovers into the deadly embrace of the devil's men.
Customs remain, and the ancient gods live on.
The old customs remain, and the ancient gods live on.
Bullets cannot stop them. No earthly power can stop them. The Land of the Minotaur. The most terrifying film of 1977. Coming to this theater soon. Don't miss it.
The most terrifying film of 1977.
Don't miss it.
That was great. See, I had always seen that that title on Peter Cushing's filmography, and I always thought it was some kind of adventure film, some kind of like action adventure science fiction film. I
Some
didn't
kind of
realize.
KKK film.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was some like supernatural KKK film. But it looks fun. Donald Pleasance is always fun.
I like all the zooms.
Yeah, the crash zooms, this classic 70s crash
Notes
zooms.
from the 70s.
I mean, again, that's why I wanted to show both of those trailers, because it's just the classic example. Both were a classic example of really the typical cheesy horror movie you could expect to see at any drive-in or grindhouse movie theater. And it was movies like tonight's film, Bloodlust, that paved the way. I mean, again, the same company that released all these movies, Crown International, like, this movie was released with a press book. It had gimmicks like all the great movies that we've watched on the show. Some of the gimmicks that were in the press book for this were, have a bravest man in town contest, have a, screen of the movie, have a midnight shock show.
Can we, I don't want to breeze past that. Can we talk about a bravest man in town?
Well, they had
contest?
specific rules. Like, you would have people write in essays as to who they thought was brave, like the bravest man in town, and why.
So you can only, it's like,
So it's like you're nominated.
We're having a vote.
Yeah,
it's not like we have a bunch of swaggering brave people show up in town square.
No, but I'm sure some theaters got creative with it and did some did it their own ways. Again, in the press book, it's really just a jumping off point. You can amend these promotional gimmicks however you want. I'm sure they did more of a live in person. All right, nominate your friends in the audience. Who among you is the bravest person? Figure out something to do.
Right. Who among you is the bravest person? Run into this burning room and save this baby. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Who's going to do it?
Hurry up. It's going to be your fault if it dies now.
It's not on us. It's on you now.
I think it was the Scared to Death press book that had a similar contest as a gimmick, but theirs was a little more like that, where it was a challenge, like you had to prove how brave you were. Here, I don't think there's any test of bravery involved. But that was one for this movie in particular. One of the gimmicks was hand out packages of dried blood. They said, get red gelatin powder, package it in cellophane containers, and label it as dried blood from Bloodlust. And that was
dries into a powder.
Dries it, yeah, apparently so.
Who knew blood dries into
well, they know
Jell-O
people are
powder.
going to be curious and want to undry it, and then oh, look, it's blood, and then they're going to taste it, and so it might as well be gelatin, tastes like Jell-O.
That's how you do instant blood. You get a powder and then you just add water.
Just add water, boom. Who knew? I don't know which type it gives you, but I'm sure that it depends on which version that you're buying.
I'm glad that vampires are enjoying modern conveniences.
Yeah.
Instant blood.
Dehydrated blood. And then one of their other gimmicks was to arrange with the museum to set up an ancient weapons display in the theater, in the lobby.
Wow.
Do you really think some museum is gonna
partner with the
partner with the movie theater and exhibit a bunch of weapons in the movie theater lobby?
Right.
I don't know. Not in this day and age.
No,
certainly.
Definitely not.
Oh, this crossbow looks really cool. Yeah, no, it's not happening. Not happening. So you gotta love these old timey gimmicks, man. They were something else. But we're gonna see.
This is back before you could just put a commercial on, put it on the fucking radio or on the TV or on the internet.
This had a radio commercial as part of the.
Okay.
It had radio commercial copy as part of the press book. It had a whole script that you would read about Bloodlust. And, of course, at the end, you've got to plug in what the theater is and what time it's playing and all that. But you just read the script. But I didn't write all that down. I figured that would be a lot. But that, that was like, at this point, that was also part of it, was getting radio spots. And this one also talked about the trailer. Again, show the get a copy of the trailer, show the trailer. So, these press books were really trying to push the marketing however they could. With some fun little gimmicks mixed in. Nothing crazy here, but we'll see if there's anything crazy going on in the exciting conclusion of Bloodlust. It's certainly leading up to it now that Judy Judo and I'm trying to come up with a clever name to talk about how useless they haven't given this other female character anything to do.
Yeah. What is even her name?
Right. I mean, it's and she's like the only one that I didn't find any research on. Everybody else had like a little something.
Call her Anne.
She's useless in real life too.
Oh, sad.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
I said it.
Wow. Fresh has no problem being harsh. The harsh reality. Harsh, telling it like it is.
Did she wrong you in some way?
You know what? Doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's the character development is not necessarily balanced here, but we'll see what they can do with the exciting conclusion. So Fresh, if you have it queued up.
I do.
All right, then we're gonna get into the exciting conclusion of Bloodlust right now.
To go something against Tony Bartel.
Tony. He's about to meet a grisly end, I can already tell. Is it fair that Dr. Below has help?
It kind of feels like cheating a little.
I think it's cheating.
I mean, he only has one bullet, but there's two of them, so like, I mean, unless the one guy is wearing stripes, is he a referee?
Could be.
He thinks fair.
He's just a tracker. Instead of the dog, he's got like.
He's the caddy.
Yeah.
He carries the weapons.
Multiple of the other guys, of course, they've split up, but or at least Tony is split up from the rest of them.
Oh, I shouldn't have drank so much.
God damn it! The withdrawals are kicking in again.
I'm so dehydrated.
Trail. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is a set. I don't think this is a real.
You don't think they went to the real jungle?
No, I don't believe that
They're not filming this on location.
Yeah. I think if you're actually filming in the jungle, I don't think you want to be taking your shirt off and running around. You might have to worry about malaria. on, take the shot. Take the shot. Damn. Oh no.
So, Tony, we come to the end of the trail. I'm disappointed in you, Tony. You've known me long enough to realize that I wouldn't give you a gun without first taking the precaution of removing the firing pin.
Wow.
You fool!
He is
You find
cheating.
that hard to believe?
He is.
Yeah, it's
But you
not
see,
fair.
Tony, if I hadn't given you the gun, you would never have given me the pleasure of seeing your face at the moment of the kill.
Wow.
No, please. Please, don't do it, please. I'll never give your secret away. I promise. I'll get you more convicts. I'll never make a mistake again, please.
Tony's
All right,
going through
Tony.
all the stages.
I'll reconsider.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You won't be sorry. You won't be sorry.
Enough of this. I have work to do. You get back to the house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll go right now.
Shoot him in the back.
Tony.
He wants to see
I
his
have
face.
reconsidered.
Wow.
Oh,
my God.
Damn.
The broadhead on that one.
That
was
gored the
gruesome.
shit out of him. Yeah.
Sure, I
Yeah,
heard a
jeez.
scream.
Damn.
Wow.
Tell.
I'm sure I heard
It might
something.
just have been a jungle bird.
No, I'm
Did
sure
he
it
have
was-
that
I'm sure
jacket
it was
with him
Tony.
the whole time?
That means we're next.
I don't
Come
think
on, Johnny,
so.
let's try and
I
find
don't-
that boat. It's our only chance.
And we're not
They
going
went
to do
back to the
anything
room
until we get the girls.
They went back
free.
to the room to get their jacket.
Come on. I think this is the way to the beach.
What's that?
Bertie,
People out?
back to the tree of death. We'll pick up the other trail there.
So again, that was the second opportunity. Like that guy could have jumped below. He was like 5 feet from him.
But below saw the crossbow.
I mean, you know, if you take a good leap at somebody, that's better than just walking away and
But
getting
where
shot.
is this far? I don't know, but it's closer to far away than back in that room. Come on.
Yeah, what they're back in the house?
They went
I don't
back?
understand.
Okay.
I mean, I guess they had to go out the window to get out of the room, and they were probably locked in the room. I guess it makes it. Why not just run though? Why am I questioning the plot? It's not going to
I
make
don't know. It
sense.
said
It's
something
not.
about it said something about a ledge.
Wait a minute.
Shimmy
Maybe we
along
can
a
find a knife
ledge.
or something in there. Come on.
True, I guess it's probably a tall house.
Over here.
Oh, the bone room.
Right, the vat of acid.
We gotta get a couple of these that we can carry easily. Oh, it's no use, Betty. Even if we did, I couldn't use one anyway.
What is
Listen to me.
What? What did she just say? We've got to get a couple of these that we can carry easily?
Yeah.
Keep away from us. Keep back.
Oh, it's
I'm warning you,
knives.
I'll use this. Jeannie, run for the door. He can only get one of us.
Mr. Ballou told me to take good care of you ladies.
Don't come any closer.
See, he just said Baloo.
Can't you see I'm harmless? I'm not going to hurt you.
Oh shit. Ooh. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Come on.
Can't you see?
Come on, stab this guy in the back. What? Oh, okay.
Oh, holy shit.
Ah! Oh shit.
Hell yeah. That's too much acid,
Oh
man.
shit.
Jeez, that's some strong acid.
He got bugged up. Oh, it's acid, bro.
Ah, too much acid.
I'm dripping. I'm dripping so hard.
We're lost. What's the use? It's only a matter of time before below catches up with us.
I don't think we are lost. The jungle's thinning out. We must be getting closer to the beach.
So what? I don't mean to put you down, Johnny, but even if we do find the beach, then what are we gonna hold?
Oh wow, S-Sync, that is a wild statement. That's a very bold
Come
statement.
on, we gotta make time.
I mean, I guess Betty is pretty empowered. You know, judo and herself out of trouble.
Don't make a sound.
God.
He hasn't seen us yet.
I think he got into the acid as well.
His vision's based on movement.
Is this what it's like walking down the downtown streets of some major
Oh,
cities?
is it quicksands?
You see many guys like this. Oh no, yeah.
Struggle. Keep quiet.
Get out of that one pretty easily. Just throw a rock over his head in the other direction and he'll chase after it. Yep, there he goes.
Terrifying. We gotta get out of here too.
My glasses. I can't see a thing without my glasses.
Oh.
No! Oh god!
Were the leeches in the quicksand?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
that doesn't make much sense.
Did he even go like that deep?
I don't think
No.
so. He wasn't even
No.
like to his waist.
Leeches on me!
He's had those on him for a while.
I
That's
guess
when he,
so,
so
yeah.
he saw a pond and was like, I think I'll go for a swim.
Must be. Jeez.
Billow's not far behind us. I think that's
What
what
did they
scared our
cut
good friend
that?
off.
Him pulling all the
Bob,
leeches
you think
off
he can
him.
make it?
I
A
got a
little
choice.
low on blood.
I'm feeling much better now. So bloodletting does work.
Yeah, it sucked out all the bad humors.
Leeches.
Are you hurt? Is my dignity? I just hope below doesn't find me first.
She put a lot of conviction into that line. You could tell she was talking about more than just like the character in the movie.
What's the matter with you, son of the ox? Twice tonight you've given our position away, and now you can't even find the trail.
Is it?
Oh my god!
Grateful that your own stupidity will save me the trouble of getting rid of you.
Dory, boss, I think I'm sinking.
Oh my god.
He's getting eaten up by all the quicksand leeches.
This is a horrible. This would be a horrible way to die.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fendor. I won't be able
I
to
am
stay
very
to enjoy
sorry.
the last moments, but I am urgently required elsewhere.
Why is he focusing on trying to take his bandana off his neck? I don't think that's helping him sink any slower.
We better
If
keep
anything,
moving.
it's making him
We'll
sink
never find
faster.
her.
He's just
sitting
thrashing
here.
around.
What?
It's not helping you, bro.
I'm scared. Well, if it makes you feel any better, so am I. But we've got to go on.
Yeah, I guess he was just really panicking.
That's Betty and Jeannie. Come on.
Oh, hey, hey. Jerry Seinfeld. Oh shit. Oh damn.
You all right? Come on, let's get out
First
of here.
leeches, now he gets attacked by a jungle man.
Jungle madman.
Jungle madman.
I'm cured.
So it's you.
Uh-oh.
I had thought to permit you to enjoy the hospitality of my island while I took care of more pressing business. But since...
He's wasting a bullet. He's only got one left. Oh, no, he's gonna take, yeah, of course. Dr. Baloo's fucking cheating. Cheating bastard.
Cheater, people eater.
He probably does eat people.
Gotta do something with all that meat.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
if he doesn't eat it, then the blind or the deaf and dumb servant definitely was.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to think they were just throwing it all in the acid and wasting all that good meat.
Oh my god.
That was ridiculous.
I don't know how long we can hold on to this kind of luck.
This is the dumbest movie ever.
We're gonna have to try a real grandstand play. Betty, did any of Bellow's boys follow you?
From the sound they made, I'd say the whole bunch is out.
Nobody in this movie has fucking peripheral vision.
Yep.
Pete, drop down and see if you can see any
What's
signs.
that?
No, what are you doing here?
Be careful.
Certainly not Pete.
Put me at him.
Would you do it for a Scooby snack?
It's okay. It's okay, come on.
Yeah, right.
Jumps down, looks around real quick. Yeah, guys, it's fine. Let's go.
Coast is clear.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
No peripherals.
Got to get back into the trophy room.
We can't. We just got out of there.
No, that's just why we can take a chance on going back there. Bellow's guards will still be out looking for you girls. Now, if we can shake Bellow and get back there before the guards do, we can get the guns and maybe have a chance to stay alive long enough to find the boat.
Get the guns. Stay alive.
New objective.
Thinking like true Americans.
Roll up on this island.
Roll up on this island. Get the guns.
Should we jump him, Johnny? No, I don't think so. I think our best chance is to try and sneak past him.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. What? Oh, come on. You're not even going to take him out?
They don't close this gate ever?
No, apparently not. I mean, if they did, then they just take the house and hold it like a fortress. You know, just keep Below out.
This is like when you guys were kids. Did you ever play hide and seek? And like you say, the rules are we're gonna play hide and seek outside, but then at a certain point, you just like everybody gets bored and like goes back inside, but the person who's it is still looking for everyone outside.
Yeah. Oh, plenty of times. Yeah.
Fuck this, let's go in.
You just don't tell the person.
He'll figure it out eventually. Come on, let's just go.
Guys, where were you? I was looking for you for like 2 hours. Oh man, we've been in here.
Oh, thank goodness. I don't want to stand here any longer than we have to.
Yeah, that ought to do the trick.
I'll cut this cat.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Okay. He's just dead now?
He just died.
Oh, God.
I guess one of them came back.
Yeah, it was a deleted scene.
That's really weird. Weird. That's very strange. Odd.
There's no ammo here.
Well, there's gotta be. These guns are useless to us without it.
No, I know.
I've got them hidden in different trees across the forest. It's like an Easter egg hunt.
These guns don't have any firing pins. Those are in a different tree.
How deliciously evil. Let me fix myself a drink.
Make me a drink.
Uh-oh.
Those clever bastards. They're hiding in the bear costume. It's the last place you ever would have looked. That's a pretty elaborate set.
Yeah.
Could have done more to the floor, but...
Well, I'm flattered that someone should want a further look at my little souvenirs. No one else has ever come back a second time. Alive. It's rather dark in here. Perhaps we should have a little more light. Well, let's try elsewhere.
Are they just gonna music cue like that every time?
No? Well. No there either. Well, there's plenty of time. Strange about
Pull
these
out my
old
Game
walls.
Boy, just
Smallest
play a
sound.
few rounds of Pokemon. The latest Pokemon.
You just hear pew, pew, pew.
Lightest breath.
Oh no, it's his pistol.
There's a certain closeness about this place. I've never corrected it. It helps preserve my trophies. But at times it does make breathing difficult. I've sat here so long that I find I can sit for hours and not make a single sound. Not a single sound.
Wow.
A single sound.
Gotcha, bitches.
Stay just where you are.
I know you don't have any bullets in those
That's far enough,
guns.
fellow. Don't come any closer. I think it was rather rude of you to force open my gun cabinet, but I'll overlook it since you spared my ammunition chest. Oh, yes. I know your guns are quite useless.
Nice try.
I wouldn't try that if I were you. It would only hasten your death and that of all your friends.
Okay, Bello. You win.
Bello.
I never doubted it. Did you?
Well, why don't you get it over with?
Oh, not so fast, my young friend. I have an idea that appeals to me. Let me group you in this this setting, alive as you will be in death for all time.
Can I go and get your poses for the final
I'll show you.
taxidermy?
I've never had the pleasure of a trial arrangement of my trophies. You, Pete, over there. Move. And you, my dear, I think you look most effective with your arms around Johnny's neck.
Oh, wait a minute. You promised to let the girls live.
That's right. I did promise. But since they obviously helped you kill the guard, I'm afraid I can no longer trust them.
Guard? Well, we didn't kill any guard.
What?
Honest. The only guard we saw was at the gate, and we sneaked past him.
Quiet. Don't make a sound.
An element of
not a sound.
mystery and suspense.
You, over to my chair, and throw the last switch. Move, quickly, quickly.
Quickly. Do it now.
Hurry, the last switch.
Not the last switch. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Condor. Stop. I warn you.
No, don't.
You fool, Bello. These leeches have made me immune to your bullets.
He's just like popping his back.
Oh, shit. Damn, that blood is pumping. Nice.
Nice head.
Easy, Betty.
Damn, did his head get impaled too, you think?
We're not
I
off
mean,
this
just
horrible island yet.
the dummy.
Others.
Don't worry about
Damn.
them. Now that Below's dead, I don't think they'll give us any trouble.
Now that Below's
I guess
dead.
Below never thought he'd be the prize exhibit in his own museum.
Oh, we went through his neck.
He did, went through his
Shit.
neck. Wow. Jeez. That's brutal.
Damn. Crazy. That was Bloodlust. What did we think, boys?
I thought that was pretty great.
Yeah, that was good.
A lot of fun.
I was surprised. Definitely more action in the third act than I remember there being. It had plenty of violence and surprises and, still some gruesomeness. Plenty of, gruesomeness.
Yeah, I mean, much more than, the other adaptation that we saw.
Yeah, throwing leeches in there,
Yeah,
and quicksand.
Yeah, I got a little worried because with this one, it really was until like the third act before they were kind of on the hunt.
Right.
So, I mean, it was like a little sooner than the other adaptation, but not really by much. But they really crammed a lot of action in that last, that last bit.
Yeah, they did. A lot of action and a lot of violence for sure.
Or the blood, that was fun. We don't really see a lot of that very often.
No, we don't. Again, and this is just very because it was filmed in 1959. So to see that much blood kind of pumping like that, it's like, oh damn, all right, that's I mean, when your title's Bloodlust, you kind of have to indulge a little bit, You've got to give it at least one gory scene, right?
Right, yeah, it's false advertising otherwise.
Yeah. As promised, Dr. Blue got fucked up. It was pretty good. Pretty good conclusion, all things considered.
He got straight spiked.
He really did. I don't even remember what happened to Zaroff and the Most Dangerous Game. He got eaten by his dogs.
Yeah,
right?
that was
Yeah.
it? Yeah, he fell off the.
So were they his henchmen in this, like his dogs, basically? Because his dog.
Is that why they don't talk?
Yeah, and it's his tracker because his dog was his. In the other one, the dogs are tracking for him. This time, it's his servants that are tracking that
These
one.
dog men.
Pretty much. But yeah, I mean, it was more makeup effects, more action than uh than we're used to.
Yeah, you said this was low budget, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like all of the like that the supervillain lair set that was fairly elaborate.
Yeah.
All these jungle sets. I mean, there's a lot of sets, all this makeup and stuff, all the the exhibits in the museum.
Right.
I mean, those were somebody had to make those.
Well, the exhibits in the museum, those are like real people who are just made up. They're not like dummies.
Oh, okay. So those were just actors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stand really still.
Just be really still. Yeah, the guy who's exhibit number 1 has hundreds of like uncredited parts as like always like he like built himself as the ugliest actor in Hollywood at the time, right? Like
It's me, I'm the ugliest actor in Hollywood.
Yeah, he was the one playing like when you saw the Frankenstein's daughter trailer, there was one monster running around who was like, it was clearly a woman with like really bad gruesome makeup on, but then another time it's just this man who is like really big and burly and looks horrible, and it's that same guy. So again, it was a small world in the late 1950s making B horror movies, and
his name was Shrek.
Yeah, might as well have been. I did not have his name written down on the sheet, unfortunately.
I'm the ugliest one. No one's uglier. Find someone uglier. You can't do it.
You can't. Rondo Hatton's dead.
I'm the reigning champ. Got the belt.
You pretty much did. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely tell that this was at a time where the code was relaxed and they were upping the ante when it comes to gruesome content. And it's a stark difference from even The Most Dangerous Game, which was pre-code. That had some interesting shots, but nothing too scary, nothing too crazy. Here we got some nice surprises and scary things, so it was fun. This was a fun, cheesy B movie.
Yeah.
As advertised, it checked all the boxes, so it was a lot of fun.
Got leeches in quicksand.
Yeah, I don't think that
I've
was
never seen that one before.
No, who knew? They like it better. Quicksand's probably more comfortable.
They fell in there too. They're just trying to get out.
Yeah. They're like, oh, thank God.
Climb up.
We're
quick.
being rescued. Finally. That's what you need. You need a Pixar movie about leeches who are just trying to like make it in the world, but they're like, everybody's afraid of them. So how do they prove that they're worthy? And eventually that's when they discover the bloodletting is beneficial to your health, and that's what the movie's about. It's right there, Pixar. It's right there for you to just pick up and do whatever you want to with it, but that's just me. That's just my suggestion. But definitely it's nice to see that horror films were starting to push it and get to the point where eventually they had no problem showing blood and gore and all that good stuff. But we have to remind ourselves what public domain horror is, really mostly populated with, and it's lesser films from the classic era of Hollywood. And what we haven't had this season is a Poverty Row film.
Oh boy.
So guess what?
Going back to Poverty Row.
Next week we're going back to Poverty Row for a 1943 film called The Black Raven. And it is an old dark house mystery comedy. It is it's got some familiar faces in it, and it's actually a fun movie. I saw it like just within the last couple years, and was kind of surprised how much I enjoyed it. It's definitely not completely horror. It plays with like noir, it plays with different things, but it's just it's a nice little comedy thriller. So I think we'll have fun. Of course, next Friday is Cinco de Mayo, and I wanted to show The Flying Serpent, which is all about Quetzalcoatl. It's the the giant flying serpent that the Mayans or one of the ancient civilizations in Central America that they used. It is a Poverty Row film, and it's like basically the Devil Bat, which we watched like in season 2 with Bela Lugosi, he's making the big bats and like killing off his bosses and shit. In this one, George Zucco is a mad scientist, or he's a mad archaeologist or some kind of mad
you don't hear that one very often.
Yeah, he's some kind of mad guy who is using the serpent to take out his enemies. I wanted to show that because it's a Poverty Row film by the same studio, PRC, but that film is not public domain. I double checked. I looked at the cards on the Library of Congress website, and it was originally copyrighted, and the copyright was renewed. I found all the cards, so
oh well.
Can't show the Flying Serpent, so we'll stick with the Black Raven. It's fun. I was trying to find if anything, any other public domain horror movies were, on theme with Cinco de Mayo. And as much as the monster of Piedras Blancas sounds like it might be promising, it just takes place in California, and there's, it's kind of not nothing's, Central America, Mexico, nothing. So if we can find something on brand with a holiday, we try to use it when we can, but in this case, we're just going to stick with our Poverty Row movie and have fun.
Maybe we'll drink a little tequila next week.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm sure there's some kind of Raven themed cocktail that involves tequila, without a doubt. But no, it'll be fun. It's George Zucco again. I don't know if you remember him by now. He's been the lead in a couple of our movies. He was in Scared to Death. He was the doctor who was Lugosi's cousin. He was in The Mad Monster. He was the mad scientist in that. He's gonna be our lead character next week, so good to get Zucco back in the mix. Zucco was the one that was picking his nose in Fog Island,
right? Yeah,
you'll remember. Loyal viewers will know. So he's good to get him back in the mix. But yeah, so that'll be our public domain horror offering next week. So join us at 9 p.m. Eastern for that. You can catch us on Wednesday for another installment of Lights Out at 9 p.m. Eastern. Try to finish off with some good ones, because this was our 7th week of the main episodes of the stream. So we are getting close to the end of season 5. We are closing in. We've got 3 episodes left. So yeah,
not many episodes. We're I don't know if I can ask this, but are we ending the season like we usually do?
Yes, we are. We always end with a Bela Lugosi movie, so that's how we'll be ending this season. Of course, we haven't
look forward to that.
It's funny because we've seen a lot of Bela Lugosi movies, so you think that we'd run out by this point. But actually, think again. We haven't even gotten in just a little preview. I'm sure I've already said it, but we'll be getting more into Lugosi's Ed Wood phase for our finale.
Oh boy!
So yeah, look forward to that. There's a fair amount of those that are public domain, so I mean, 3. So we're gonna have fun. You can go follow us on the socials over at Scream Stream Show. You can catch up on past episodes on our YouTube page, which is at Scream Stream Live. Go follow me on the socials at Spakenstein. You can follow Fresh Rogan over on Instagram and Twitter at Fresh Rogan. Follow Evan over on Twitter at Caligari Cursed. Anything before we sign off tonight, boys?
I want to see more judo flips in the horror movies. They need to bring that back.
I think that's a pretty good consensus we all arrived at. Thanks.
Hollywood, take note.
Take note, Hollywood. Until next time, sweet screams, everybody.
Creep tight.
And to all, good fright.